You know, I just was trying to do something different in the game. I had started this young. I was a young man trying to get some money and not be in the streets. And I met BG, I met Wayne, I met Juvie, I met TURK. Shout out to TURK. You look ain't here, but you. We gonna you when we want you. You heard me?
Don't go off script, nigga.
Hey, we gonna this when we want. But that's another movie. But ain't no, you know, Cash Money. When one nigga died, I ain't gonna say died, cause we lost a lot of soldiers. But Cash Money ain't built on you leave, you can't. We gonna still multiply.
Let's go.
Cash Money ain't gonna never die. As long as I'm alive, hold on, Fresh. Wait, Fresh. Long as I'm alive, Cash Money ain't gonna never die. Shout out to my nigga NBA Youngboy, NBA Rich Gang. Don't like it.
All right.
We with all the bullshit. If you ain't with us, you nigga.
P, where you at, bruh?
Man, somebody need to get baby some milk. Give him some, man. Calm him down, cool him down, man. God, baby, you one of the oldest dudes you one of the oldest dudes on the stage, acting like a YN. Hey, I don't know what it is, but I don't think baby trying to let that smoke go from 20, 30 years ago. He been come on, man. That boy, I think I know what it is. That boy, I forgot he on tour with NBA. That boy, you been around NBA them too long. You picking up that energy. I'm telling you, boy, you get a chance to talk and you just snap, you going off on people like TURK just catch a stray just on the house. You feel me? This is crazy, man. Hey, man, we had the verses, No Limit, Cash Money, you know what I'm saying? Legendary night. Let's talk about it. Yes, you back on the 808 Lounge. It's your boy Clint Josie, man. What's going on with y'all, man? What's popping? How y'all doing, man? Shout out to my loungers. You already know off the flap how we coming. But yes, as we all know, and if you don't know, last night they had the verses. Cash Money versus No Limit. And we all know, man, if you come from that era, which was my era, you know I was a youngin', jamming both of them, you dig? You know, jamming both of them. I ain't gonna lie, I was more of a Cash Money, fan. But man, we all know that they had their little differences back then. You know, they both was coming out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Master P did take his music journey to California, to Richmond, California for some years, you know what I'm saying? But he ended up, bringing it back to Louisiana. But yes, we all know that they had their little competitions back in the day. But last night we had them both on stage at the same time, which was some legendary stuff that we witnessed last night, man. And if you're a hip hop head, you ain't even got to be a hip hop head. But if you just grew up in that era of No Limit and Cash Money, you know what I'm saying? 90s, early 2000s type vibe. You know what I'm saying? You really know what that was all about last night. Now let's talk about a couple things that happened last night. Because first of all, let me say this. I don't know what happened with the amount of time that they had, but that was crazy. That was crazy. I think the whole verses was like 40 minutes long. So that was crazy, man. I really felt like they should have did it longer. It should have been a lot longer, man. At least y'all should at least gave us an hour and a half, 2 hours, man. The catalogs of both of them, they both got stupid catalogs. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of flame, a lot of heat. And just off of 5 or 6 songs each, that couldn't really tell you, what was going on or who should have really won it. But I'm hearing a lot of people feel like No Limit took it because they said No Limit came more organized. No Limit brought all of their people. Like, I just really couldn't believe everybody was there, but Mystical and C Murder looked like. Literally everybody was there. I'm talking about Mac. I'm talking about Fiend. I'm talking about even Snoop. They even had Snoop in the building. Like they really came. They came like that. I'm talking about they had the fatigue. Everybody had on a little fatigue. You know, they came. They came coordinated. You know, they knew how to like what Pop said on Boomerang. Coordinate. You know what I'm saying? Peter understood they needed to coordinate. Okay, then you had Cash Money. They didn't really come like. Well, I think they had two hot boys out of four. They had BG and Juvie. And you know they held it down. You know, Juvie was the main guy that really was entertaining. BG did his thing, but BG was kind of laid back. But you know, Juvie held it down, man. He was trying to make up for his couple brothers that wasn't there. A lot of people wasn't liking that Wayne wasn't there. And from what I hear, they say Wayne said if Turk wasn't gonna be there, he wasn't gonna be there. If all four Hot Boys weren't gonna be there, he wasn't gonna be a part of it. So I guess that's why we didn't see Lil Wayne. And a lot of people took points off of Cash Money because of that situation, because Wayne wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But me, how I looked at it, I really didn't really look at it till I really had to listen to what a lot of people had to say because I felt like, why does Wayne have to be there to sing the song? Isn't verses about who got the best, they going song for song. But now that I realize people looking at it like, yeah, they going song for song, but the performance of any individual song on that night could change or sway a person's, what I'm saying, a person's decision. I meant to say, God damn, I couldn't think of the word decision for them. But anyway, so I guess I never really understood how a verses was supposed to be because I always looked at it like we going song for song because when I looked at this situation, I said, okay, Cash Money got him hands down. Like there's no way that No Limit got more slaps than Cash Money. You dig what I'm saying? But apparently, a lot of people look at it far as stage presence. Which songs you seem to play in what rotation and, and how people are performing the songs right then. So, I guess I was wrong. But yeah, a lot of people felt like they didn't, Cash Money, didn't win last night because Wayne and Turk wasn't there. And they felt like No Limit had a lot better stage presence. They feel like people No Limit took it a lot more serious. You know what I'm saying? And how I was looking at it, I was thinking at first, I'm like, well, maybe because if you kind of look at it, most of No Limit people would like Fiend and Mac and they really are not that relevant in this time. It's not like a Little Wayne having to find time to come do a versus uh Fiend. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? One of those dudes, Mac. Uh, one of those people from No Limit. Like none of them, we haven't heard from none of them. Not to talk down on them, not to say anything about them, but I just feel like they were a lot more available than a Little Wayne would have been. But we already know the situation with Turk. Turk is not, he's not really seeing eye to eye with the group right now. They they going through it, man, and that really did look bad on Cash Money. So that's why a lot of people took points away from Cash Money because they was like, well, Mia X is her name. I don't know. My mind just ain't working like that today. But Mia X, she did a wonderful job last night, man. She really did her thing. But Mia X and Basta P, they had a little, back and forth like a few months ago. And people were saying they could see that they were able to put their differences to the side and, come to the verses and, and perform. And basically like we're saying that why couldn't Cash Money do the same thing? So a lot of people took points off on Cash Money for that. Yes, and then we had old Baby, man. I don't know what was up with Baby last night, man. Baby was on one. It was like them boys was really, everybody was like trying to, like, you could see everybody was trying to be good sports because they really felt like they was doing it for their city. They didn't really care who won because they said New Orleans won last night. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody was on. But baby, Beatrice, Brian Bubba, that boy wasn't feeling that, man. I don't know what that boy was on. Hey, that boy had to let it be known that he started that stunt shit. You feel me? He had to let it be known. You feel me? That boy was, man, that boy was on that dumbness. That boy was on his YN timing last night. I don't know what, man. Baby was tweaking. But we all know, you know, he made a clip for everybody last night. That boy had some things to say to Lil Turk. You know what I'm saying? And I think Baby love Turk, man. But he just don't like, you know, Turk went on there. Ever since Turk went on there talking about them boys Cartiers wasn't real back in the day, or they Rollies, I don't know whether the Rollies or Cartier, but basically was saying them boys was rocking Fugazi watches back in the day, and he just basically like admitted that. And boy, you done tried to go on there and admit that number one stunner was rocking fake jewelry back in the day. Oh no, boy, Baby ain't forgave your ass yet for that, boy. But yeah, man, that boy has, that man called. Hey, that man say we F with Turk when we want to. And you know, everybody like, oh yeah, he called him a B, but man, you know, down here in the South, that's how we talk. Especially in, you know, Louisiana, New Orleans, they call each other B. We might say B. You know, we'll say, man, what up, B? You know what I'm saying? In Florida, we say B, but them boys will call you a straight B-I-C-H. But they, you know, it might be it might be meant as a, you know, form of endearment where they come from. You did, but no, he was really like, he was putting down on Turk last night. You know, he was really like basically let him know like, but you ain't with us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You ain't, hey, and that really ain't look good on Turk. And, you know, and simultaneously, Turk was in Houston, I think, or Dallas. He was in Texas doing a show. You know,
Telling the truth, not hating. You feel me? Look, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep it all the way real, though. I think No Limit told it. Wayne, you heard me? Right, man, you know what I'm saying? In a Superdome or something.
when that was going on. And I'm pretty sure he's going to have a comeback. We already know how Turk is. Turk gonna take this and run with it. Boy, you done messed up. Turk gonna make him some money off this. Boy, you done said his name. Turk finna make him some money off this. One thing I can say is when Turk got out of prison, Turk adapted to the internet very fast and learned how to use it to his advantage very fast. And you see, you know, if you ask me, out of all the hot boys, Turk is the one that really understands social media the most and how to get the bang for his buck out of it. You know, most definitely. But overall, man, it was a wonderful show, man. Like, I don't really appreciate how they didn't make sure that them boys had a proper amount of time to be able to do what they need to do. But overall, man, it was something I loved to see, man. I enjoyed it, man, for real, you know. They really did their thing, man. Like, I think some of the song selections could have been different, but hey, it is what it is. You know, I don't really dig how they did a Millie without Wayne being there. I feel like they should have just chose something else. And if you was gonna do a Lil Wayne song, why would you do a Millie? It just didn't really fit in with me to the vibe that they had going on last night. And not only that, Wayne wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if they would have played a Mystical song last night and Mystical wasn't there. It was just kind of it was kind of off, you know. But overall, it was all good, man. Big up, big up New Orleans, big up Cash Money, big up No Limit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all get in the comments, man. Y'all let me know who y'all felt like won. You know, how y'all felt. You know, how y'all felt about it. Y'all felt like Baby was doing too much. You know, do y'all feel like that Baby did that on purpose just to have a clip because he knew it was gonna go viral. You know how y'all feel about that? Let me know, man. Y'all get in the comments. Y'all let me know. And y'all push that like button, please. If you got any value from this video, man, press that like button. Support a nigga, man. Help me go up. Help me go up. But yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know I need y'all to go to my YouTube and subscribe at 808 Lounge, my Facebook at 808 Lounge, my TikTok at 808 Lounge 941. Most definitely, you know. Most definitely, man. Get in with me. And you already know this, that boy Clint Josie over here at 808 Lounge. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm gonna be signing out. Yes, sir.